Good evening. I'm Sean Gables along with Rick Fulbaum. It is Wednesday, November 24th. Here are the biggest stories of the day so far.
And we begin this evening with a live look outside the Glenn County Courthouse in Brunswick, Georgia. The trial for the men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery ends with each of them being convicted of murder. Our Haley Mason, who has spent weeks there covering the case. Haley, the Arbery family now getting some justice.
Rick, this trial ended exactly 1 year and 9 months to the day after Ahmaud Arbery was chased down and murdered in the streets of Brunswick. His parents tell me that not a single day has gone by that they did not pray and fight for these three convictions. And now the men accused of killing Arbery will face life in prison. This is one of the few times we've seen Ahmaud Arbery's parents smile.
It's been a long fight. It's been a hard fight, but God is good.
The moment still setting in that the three men accused of chasing down and shooting their son have all been convicted of murder.
I never thought this day would come, but God is good.
There was an outburst of emotion in the courtroom as the judge read the verdicts.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
The three men on trial in the death of Ahmaud Arbery found guilty of murder. During the trial, the jury heard from Travis McMichael, who claimed he shot Ahmaud Arbery last February in self-defense.
He has not threatened you?
No.
Hasn't pulled out a gun?
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife?
He did not.
The younger McMichael testified that his father, Gregory McMichael, told him to, quote, grab his gun before they chased Arbery through Brunswick, Georgia. They say it was an effort to commit a citizen's arrest, thinking Arbery was a burglar.
These are real experiences of real people who were very scared.
Prosecutors argue it was not a citizen's arrest since the three men had no direct knowledge of a crime being committed.
You can't make a citizen's arrest because someone's running down the street and you have no idea what crime they have committed that day.
And I can tell you, honestly, these men are sorry for what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. They are sorry that he is dead. They are sorry for the tragedy that happened because of the choices that they made to go out there and try to stop him.
The trial hinged heavily on this cell phone video of the fatal altercation. It was captured by the McMichaels' neighbor, William Roddy Bryan. His attorney, Kevin Goff, making several moves for a mistrial.
And while we disagree with the decision of the jury, we disagree with a number of the rulings of the court, we have to respect the efforts that were made.
The three defendants now face life in prison, a conclusion that Arbery's parents say their son has long deserved.
You know him as Ahmaud. I know him as Quez.
Yes.
He will now rest in peace.
Amen. That's Wanda Cooper Jones telling us that her son can now rest in peace. We know that we are waiting on a sentencing date right now. It has not yet been announced, but we did hear from defense attorneys from Travis McMichael who tell us they truly believed that this video would show self-defense for their client, one conceding that maybe they had a bit of tunnel vision. As for Travis McMichael, we know with almost certainty that he will face life in prison, given that he's guilty on all counts that were charged in this case. Travis McMichael's father, Greg McMichael, and their neighbor, William Bryan, are likely to face the same. Reporting live outside the Glenn County Courthouse, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Haley, thank you. Our team coverage continues now with Zach Summers. And Zach, you were outside the Glenn County Courthouse speaking with people right after that verdict came down.
Certainly, Tracy, and behind me you'll find a mural of Ahmaud Arbery just blocks from the Glenn County Courthouse where a jury convicted the three men responsible for his death. A group of demonstrators actually marched here after the verdicts were announced. But take a look at the scene from earlier today. This was outside the courthouse shortly after that announcement. Supporters of the Arbery family erupted in cheers as the guilty verdicts were read, many hugging, some crying. So many, though, just didn't think that this would happen. We spoke with several people. A lot of them came from around the country to witness this moment, some even from the Atlanta area.
The family got relief. They have been mourning a funeral too long. And if it wasn't for the family, consistently for 74 days trying to get this looked at and get these people indicted and arrested, where would we be right now? So I'm proud that the jury, of an all-white jury, did the right thing.
Some of the wrongs that have been written in America maybe are now being written in good intent, especially with the justice system.
I believe that we are crossing over into a new world right now, and I believe we're in that birth canal, and I think this is just one of the bodies that's been pulled through the birth canal, and we have to reach back in others, and we will do this and look out for one another, reach back for one another, and build together. America will be the America that was intended to be.
And so many telling us this is just a step in the right direction when it comes to our justice system. As Reverend Al Sharpton said, this verdict shows that not all white people are racist and not all black people are bad people. Live in Brunswick, Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
Zach, thank you. Reaction is pouring in from across the country. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp reacting with this statement. It says in part, Arbery was the victim of a vigilantism that has no place in Georgia. We hope the Arbery family, the Brunswick community, our state, and those around the nation who've been following this case can now move forward down a path of healing and reconciliation.
And President Biden released this statement saying, in part, while the guilty verdicts reflect our justice system doing its job, that alone is not enough. Instead, the president said we must recommit ourselves to building a future of unity and shared strength where no one fears violence because of the color of their skin.
Definitely busy as travelers head in and out of Atlanta for Thanksgiving. Well, this year, air travel is up by as much as 80% from this time last year. Of course, we were in the middle, really deep in the middle of a pandemic. Well, nearly 4.2 million travelers expected to fly. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston live at the airport right now. And Yasmina, what are some of the concerns as we head into this very long holiday weekend?
Yeah, well, Tracy, of course, there are always concerns about missing your flight or losing a bag. But as this busy travel period begins, there are also concerns about airline staffing, which could lead to canceled flights, or for some flight attendants, the fear of disruptive passengers making their job more difficult.
And to just see my mom physically, give her a hug after 2 years almost.
And it's been about a year since this many people have traveled for Thanksgiving. In particular, air travel is up 80% over last year. But amid the prediction that 4.2 million people are expected to fly this holiday, some airline employees remain a bit nervous.
Everyone's in the air. The airlines are a little understaffed. People are stressed. And that does lead to a scenario where tensions can run high. So, hopefully we don't see it, but it's always possible.
We've seen the meltdowns with some major U.S. airlines who are operating with fewer pilots and flight attendants compared to pre-pandemic. Also, since the beginning of the year, we've seen videos showing disruptive passengers.
A bit of a, celebratory atmosphere. People are vaccinated. They're happy. They're traveling again, maybe for the first time since before the pandemic. So they're sort of just letting loose and having fun. And this isn't really the appropriate setting to do that.
Daniel Slotnick, an aviation expert, says with a federal mask mandate, flight attendants confront passengers more, which sometimes results in those disruptive responses. Flight attendant unions are pushing for the FAA to start referring those passengers to the Department of Justice. They also want to see federal no-fly lists. The push for action happening as the busiest travel season begins.
So serves like a real deterrent for people, the flight attendants say. Just knowing that they wouldn't be able to fly commercially in the U.S. anymore, that's a pretty big deal.
And as for airline staffing issues, some airlines are offering more money to flight attendants for working during this holiday period, as well as the holiday period from Christmas through New Year's. We're live at the airport tonight. Yasmina Alston, CBS 46 News.
Yasmina, thank you.
Some Atlanta retailers will be increasing security this weekend. That's because of Black Friday and a series of smash and grab robberies in stores across the country. CBS 46's Savannah Louie joins us live now from Lenox Mall. And Savannah, some shoppers say they're just avoiding the mall altogether.
Yes, several folks I spoke with today say they're avoiding Lenox in particular because they don't feel it's safe. But I want to show you this. I mean, it's clearly not stopping plenty of folks from getting their shopping done here, people entering and exiting. Lenox likely going to see some of the largest crowds in the metro this week. And a security guard tells me it's these large groups of people in one area that might raise a red flag.
It's just horrible.
Atlanta area shoppers say this frightening video of people smashing a counter and stealing jewelry from a store in California could very well be a scene shot closer to home.
It's possible to happen anywhere, because I know it's happened in this area plenty of times.
Shoppers at Phipps Plaza say they come here because they feel safe.
I just feel like it's a little bit less hectic.
At this higher end but less crowded mall, their gauge on safety is right on the money, according to security experts.
It's double security based off safety purposes.
Timothy Chapman of High Standard Security says more security is needed as more people travel and shop in person. While he keeps an eye on expensive items, it's the number of people in one concentrated area that raises a bigger red flag.
With more people, you gotta have your eyes on that, because some people can smash and take and run.
Private services now working in conjunction with the police force. In a statement, Atlanta Police Department says many shopping area management companies do employ off-duty officers along with private security. And additional on-duty officers will also patrol the area, hoping to avoid an organized crime scene like this one. Now, I reached out to Lenox. They say Lenox is now one of the most surveilled places in the city of Atlanta. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'm going to explain their multi-million-dollar security strategy. But for now, reporting live from Buckhead, Fulton County, Savannah Louie, CBS 46 News.
Teenagers accused of stealing a truck caught on camera firing at Atlanta police officers.
Radio, we got shots fired. Shots fired, radio.
This happened outside the Exxon on Whitehall Street 2 weeks ago. You see the stolen truck speed off. Well, the chase eventually ends with that truck slamming into a vacant building. The 16-year-olds inside were not hurt. Police say they not only did they steal the truck, they stole the gun used to fire shots at the police.
New tonight, CBS 46 has obtained new 911 calls made by a Gwinnett County mother who say police played a role in her daughter's murder.
When did you last see her?
Last time I seen her was last night. I went to sleep. She had on a white shirt. She had on pajamas. They were blue. They had like the Tweety Bird on them.
That is Brittany Hull reporting her 8-year-old daughter, Amari, missing on Sunday. She said the door at their extended stay hotel was cracked open, suggesting she may have wandered off.
I had worked overnight shift, and they woke me up with 2 hours of sleep, and I couldn't go back to sleep because I got kids of my own.
Amari was later found dead in DeKalb County. Police now say the little girl was murdered by her mother's girlfriend, Celeste Owens. Investigators say 2 days before the 911 call, Owens hit Amari in the head several times, killing her. They say Brittany Hall tried to cover it up.
Another UGA football player is in trouble with the law tonight. Freshman cornerback Nyland Green was arrested this morning in Athens. Police say he fired a BB gun while getting into a fight behind a dorm earlier this month. A dorm window was damaged. Officials reportedly found the BB gun and a pistol in his dorm. Green is charged with carrying a weapon on campus.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.